Welcome back to Medicine Through Time. Today we're exploring Renaissance medicine, a period of extraordinary change and discovery that transformed the medical world. The Renaissance, which means rebirth, spanned roughly from the 14th to the 17th century and saw a revival of learning, art, and scientific inquiry. This era marked a break from the medieval approach to medicine, where religious beliefs often outweighed scientific evidence. One of the most revolutionary developments of the Renaissance was the reintroduction of human dissection. During the medieval period, human dissection was largely forbidden, but Renaissance scholars sought to learn more about human anatomy by studying real human bodies. Andreas Vesalius, a pioneering anatomist, challenged the long-standing teachings of Galen, whose work had dominated medical thought for centuries. In 1543, Vesalius published De Humani Corporis Fabrica, on the fabric of the human body, a groundbreaking book that provided detailed and accurate illustrations of human anatomy based on dissections he performed himself. Vesalius proved that many of Galen's ideas, which were based on animal dissection, were incorrect, and his work laid the foundation for modern anatomy. Another key figure of the Renaissance was William Harvey, who made a monumental discovery about the circulatory system. Before Harvey, most people believed that blood was continuously produced and consumed by the body. However, in 1628, Harvey published De Motu Cordis, on the motion of the heart and blood, where he demonstrated that the heart is a pump that circulates blood through a closed system of arteries and veins. Harvey's work was revolutionary because it provided a clear, evidence-based understanding of how the circulatory system functions, challenging previous misconceptions. The Renaissance also saw improvements in surgical practices, although surgery was still a dangerous and often gruesome affair. Ambroise Paré, a French barber surgeon, made significant advancements in the field. Before Paré, it was common to cauterize wounds with boiling oil to stop bleeding, but Paré developed gentler and more effective methods, such as using ointments and ligatures, tying off blood vessels, to prevent infection and reduce pain. His innovative techniques saved many lives and advanced the practice of surgery. One reason for the explosion of new ideas during the Renaissance was the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-15th century. The printing press allowed medical texts to be reproduced quickly and distributed widely, making knowledge more accessible to scholars and doctors across Europe. Vesalius's and Harvey's works, along with many others, could be read and studied far and wide, accelerating the spread of new medical ideas. This was a stark contrast to the medieval period, where hand-copied texts were rare and difficult to obtain. Despite these advancements, Renaissance medicine still relied on some older beliefs, like the theory of the four humours. However, the emphasis was shifting. Physicians were beginning to question ancient texts and sought to observe, experiment, and document their findings. This change in thinking laid the groundwork for the scientific method, which would become crucial in future medical research. During the Renaissance, the spread of disease was still a significant concern. The most infamous outbreak was the Great Plague of London in 1665, which killed thousands of people. While many treatments remained ineffective, the period saw an increasing understanding of the importance of cleanliness and isolation during outbreaks. For example, quarantine measures were more systematically enforced, and public health initiatives slowly began to emerge. While medicine during the Renaissance was far from perfect, this era was a turning point in history. The work of Vesalius, Harvey, and Paré, combined with the widespread dissemination of knowledge thanks to the printing press, transformed medicine from a practice based on ancient authority to one that valued direct observation and scientific inquiry. In summary, Renaissance medicine was marked by groundbreaking discoveries in anatomy, new surgical techniques, and the gradual move toward a more scientific approach to health and disease. The spirit of inquiry and innovation that defined the Renaissance laid the foundation for the advances that would follow in the centuries to come. Thanks for joining me in this episode of Medicine Through Time. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore how medicine continued to evolve in the Victorian era and beyond. See you next time.